This is a message to billionaires, particularly the 89 billionaires that said they wanted to be taxed so that intellectuals and government programs could spend the money. That's not what I'm asking for. My neighborhood is this close to being completely overrun by meth. You millionaires and you billionaires, you have got to share your money. My neighborhood is almost overwhelmed by meth. Our park, MacArthur Park already, and it is spreading. My building, we have like 80 to 90 residents. About 20 are drug runners, 10 to 20 are drug runners that have vehicles, they're drug runners. Our alley, my neighborhood is kind of like Seinfeld, except amongst all these buildings on both sides of the alley, there's 2 parking lots that don't have buildings. So these 2 parking lots and the alley serve as a crossway for all kinds of drug interaction, and it's all over. It's all over. I told the police, and the police were like, we're shocked. They gave me a number because there's supposed to be all these police out here. No one ever answered. I called all day. People in my building can't afford their car payments. They're talking about $1,400, and people in my building owe thousands of dollars in rent. They were just beginning to gentrify this building before COVID-19. Afterwards, everybody lost their job. Now they have these inflated rents. This is a low-income building. I'm on Social Security, and it's government controlled, so it's only 4% increase they can do on us. So those of us who pay our rent, we're fine, and our rent's half what the gentrified people are paying. Those people are running drugs, and the reason I know is because our parking lot, not only is it across the alley from the only other parking lot that doesn't have an actual building, it's just an open-air parking lot, but our parking lot is the only parking lot that only has one opening for coming and going. So I see everybody who comes and goes just beneath my bedroom window. And they're running drugs. They're huge shipments. I'm not joking. Shipments of pounds at least. Because I see everybody who comes and goes. I live at my window. I'm at my window 10 to 15 hours a day to stop the open sex, the turning tricks, beating people up, jumping people into gangs. After COVID, I'm asking you billionaires, stop sitting on your billions. Start paying these people's back rent. Start paying these people's back car payments. Our manager who managed this building for 30 years, he was opposed to the whole gentrification, doubling and trying to triple the rent. So they fired him. He was here 30 years. He kept this building, one of the main buildings along this whole block, free of gangs and drugs. He's now running drugs. He kept his room here, but they fired him, gave his job to some girl who's worthless and probably sympathetic to the drug running in our parking lot being used like that. Anyway, whatever they gave him after 30 years wasn't enough, because a year later, after COVID, he's running drugs. I'm asking you billionaires, please open your pockets and start by paying people in poor communities, paying their back rent, paying their back car payments. You know, you millionaires and you billionaires, you're sitting on your money. God is going to judge you. Society is coming unglued. It's coming unglued, and the mainstream press is trying to hide it. This is just a plea to you billionaires. I hope to God touches your hearts, and you guys start reaching out, particularly to poor communities, because there's going to be a lot of South Side Chicago neighborhoods in poor communities where there were never shootings of innocent victims. It's going to be South Side all over, you billionaires, if you keep sitting on your millions and you billions. You conservatives, you liberals, you A-listers, you religious wealthy people, all of you wealthy people have got to start sharing your money, or society is going to come unglued.